Hi dear students, this presentation is from the first module of the subject Advanced Energy Engineering. In this presentation we will be discussing about the gas turbine power plant. In the screen you can see the layout of the gas turbine power plant, and the gas turbine power plant is very much similar to the steam turbine power plant. Only difference is in steam turbine power plant the working fluid used is the steam, whereas here we will be using gas as the hot gas as the working fluid. Okay, so actually in the steam turbine power plant the steam is expanded in the steam turbines, whereas here instead of steam turbine we will be using gas turbine as the power producing means or prime mover. Okay, so that is the major difference. So to produce the hot gases at high pressure and high temperature, what we will do is we will have a compressor to compress the air from the atmosphere. You can see at the lowermost portion air intake from atmosphere is through the filter. So actually air from the atmosphere is initially passed through the filter so that the impurities present in the air is removed. Then clean air is now entering into the compressor. You can see the compressor here. I will show you. This portion is the compressor. So air from the atmosphere is entering into the compressor. So if some power is provided to the compressor separately, then what happens is it will be compressing the air inside the compressor. So high pressure air will be the finally we will get the high pressure air inside the compressor. That high pressure air after compression is passed to the next stage, that is combustion chamber. You can see a combustion chamber here. So into the combustion chamber we will be providing fuel separately, just like in the case of the IC engine or diesel engine power plant. There also same thing is happening. The air is taken into the combustion chamber, from there the fuel is supplied, but only difference between these two is in the internal combustion engine or diesel engine power plant, inside the engine we will have the piston arrangement. So after combustion what happens is the power is exerted to the piston, so piston will be moving to and fro, that is converted into the mechanical energy or rotary motion, then connected to the alternator. That is what is happening. But here there is no moving part inside the combustion chamber. Only the purpose of the combustion chamber is to just do the combustion process, that's all. So high pressure compressed air from the compressor is provided into the combustion chamber. Into that high pressure high temperature compressed air we are supplying the fuel as in the atomized form, okay, as minute spray. So due to the high pressure high temperature prevailing inside the combustion chamber, what happens is the complete combustion takes place. So after combustion the product of combustion will be in the gaseous form with very high temperature and high pressure. That high pressure high temperature gas after combustion will be allowed to pass through the gas turbine. You can see the gas turbine here. It is allowed to pass through the gas turbine. So while this hot gas passing through the blades of the gas turbine, what happens is initially it is producing, that hot gas is producing kinetic energy on the blades, and that kinetic energy in turn while passing through the blades is converted into the mechanical energy which is transferred to the shaft. You can see an alternator connected to the shaft of the turbine, gas turbine. So alternator will be running correspondingly. Finally we will be producing the AC current. Only what is you will be knowing the difference between alternator and generator. In generator we can produce both AC as well as DC, but in the power plant the purpose is mainly to provide the to supply the AC current to the households and all. So usually the alternators are being used. So the finally the current produced, AC current produced is supplied through the transmission lines. So this is the simple layout of the gas turbine power plant. Actually this is an open cycle. I have shown here is the open cycle gas turbine power plant. We will discuss what is closed also in the next slide and all. It is discussed. We will be discussing this. So anyway, I think the working is clear for you. So you can see one more thing I have to add is you can see the shaft, one from back side of the gas turbine shaft is connected to the compressor shaft. You can see a coupling there in between. So using a coupling, shaft of the gas turbine is connected to the shaft of the compressor. That means a part of the power produced in the gas turbine is utilized for the working of the compressor. So there is no external power used here. So whatever power is produced from the gas turbine, a part of the power is used to run the compressor. So if around 1/3 something like that is used to run the compressor. So this is the total working of the gas turbine power plant. Finally we will have the alternating current. That was our aim. So coming to the working, it is clearly explained here. A gas turbine is similar to steam turbine, but hot gas is used to run the turbine instead of steam. That I have already told. In principle, gas turbine plant consists of a compressor in which working medium air is raised to high pressure. So generally a centrifugal or axial compressor is employed. For compressing purpose, usually either centrifugal or axial compressors are used. From the compressor, high pressure working medium is taken to a combustion chamber where it is mixed with fuel and is ignited to raise the temperature. So initially, of course, during the compression also there will be temperature rise of the air, but high temperature rise is happening inside the combustion chamber with the burning of the fuel. So temperature is taken to a very high level in the combustion chamber. That very high temperature of hot gas is finally expanded in the gas turbine. This high pressure and high temperature working medium is then expanded in the gas turbine. In the turbine blading, the expansion of the working gas take place and the heat energy is converted into the heat energy is converted first into kinetic energy and then into work of the turbine or shaft rotation. Okay, the part of the energy derived is consumed in driving the compressor. I have already told you already almost 1/3 of the power produced by the shaft of the turbine is utilized for the running of the compressor. The remaining 2/3 is only available for the useful work output or to produce the electricity. Okay, that is all about the working. Now coming to the components of the gas turbine power plant. These are the basic components. First one is gas turbine. Hot gases move through the stages of the blades of the gas turbine to spin it producing power. Like steam turbine, gas turbine also has fixed and moving blades. There are two basic types of gas turbines, either radial flow or axial flow. This also I have already told, either centrifugal compressor or axial flow compressors are commonly used. So working of the compressor you might have studied in the lower semesters in thermal engineering. It is already studied, so I am not going into that part. Next component is air compressor. As we know, initially there requires a compressor. The air compressor sucks in air, compresses it, thereby increasing the pressure. That is the purpose of the compressor, to increase the pressure. There are mainly two types of air compressors used in gas turbine. Either centrifugal compressors or axial flow compressors are being used. This is about the compressor. Initially, gas turbine. Usually, the gas turbine used is radial flow and axial flow turbines. Both are used. Anyway, that you might have studied in the thermal engineering in detail. So that is all about air compressor. Now coming to the combustion chamber, different types of combustion chambers also is available. Those who are interested, you can refer the net and all. You will have the different types how the combustion is taking place. I think in the old syllabus and all, this was included with the thermal engineering. I don't know whether it is there or not. Anyway, those who are interested, you can go through different designs of the combustion, how combustion is actually taking place, how atomization of the fuel is taking place inside. Uniform combustion should be there everywhere. Fuel must reach in uniform proportion, and only exact combustion will take place. A lot of considerations are there. If you are interested, you can go through the net. In the combustion chamber, compressed air combines with the fuel and resulting product is burned. The fuel usually used is oil, natural gas and pulverized oil. These three fuels are commonly used. Either we will be using oil, oil means diesel or petrol. Then comes the natural gas. Natural gas also is good as a fuel. Complete combustion is very easy, or mixing with the gas is also not a headache. And also pulverized coal. The pulverized means fine powdered coal. That is what is called pulverized coal. So that the surface area of the coal is increased, so combustion will take place. If it is as a big module, then what happens is will not burn completely. So what we will do is we will be crushing it into fine powder, so that surface area is increased and complete combustion can achieve. That is the advantage of using pulverized coal. But still it is having some pollution issues and all. So very rarely only it is being used in the gas turbine power plants. So that are the fuels. Now coming to, I have already told that there are two types of gas turbine power plants. Either it is open cycle gas turbine power plant or closed cycle gas turbine power plant. Again, I have already explained the working. Here you can see from this figure, the gas after expanding in the gas turbine, it is directly left into the atmospheric air. So that is what is known as open cycle gas turbine power plant. See, from one side the atmospheric air is taken into the compressor and it is passed through the combustion chamber, finally passing through the expanded through the blades of the turbine, and it is directly left into the atmosphere. There is no recirculation of the combustion or gases after expansion in the turbine. That is what is known as the open cycle gas turbine power plant. Gas turbines usually operate on an open cycle. Commonly it is open cycle only because air is plenty available, but only difficulty is with the pollution. Air at ambient conditions is drawn into the compressor where it is temperature and pressures are raised. The high pressure air proceeds into the combustion chamber where the fuel is burned at constant pressure. The high temperature gas then enters the turbine where they expand to atmospheric pressure while producing the power output. So finally the output from the turbine is air at the atmospheric pressure, so that we will have the maximum power output. So that hot gas is directly discharged into the atmosphere. There is no circulation. That is the basic of open cycle gas turbine power plant. The exhaust gas leaving the turbine are thrown out, not recirculated, causing the cycle to be classified as open cycle. Since it is directly fed into the atmosphere, there is no sort of recirculation. That's why it is known as open cycle gas turbine. And you might have, then it is very easy to say the closed cycle gas turbine. So only difference between open cycle and closed cycle gas turbine is here the gas after expansion through the gas turbine is actually recirculated into the compressor. That is what is happening. So before recirculating, the heat energy of the gas after expansion heat is to be removed by using a heat exchanger. So during this process, the impurities also along with the combustion products is also removed. So in the heat exchanger, the heat energy of the hot gas after expansion from the turbine is taken away by the coolant circulating through the heat exchanger. So again that combustion products is passed through the compressor, so that it is further compressed and it is recirculated. But there will be always there requires always some amount of oxygen for the combustion. So already combustion products will lack the percentage of presence of oxygen. So we cannot completely recirculate all the combustion product. What we will do is we will be recirculating only a portion of the combustion product, so that the air coming from some part of the air is taken from the atmosphere, that is being mixed inside the compressor, so that the complete combustion inside the combustion tank chamber is ensured. See, in the top heat exchanger is actually the combustion chamber. Okay, so only difference is here the combustion product is recirculated after cooling in the heat exchanger provided at the bottom portion. Okay, but remember the entire gas after expansion is not recirculated, only a portion is recirculating. To compensate for the reduction in the oxygen, some amount is to be compulsorily is to be taken from the atmosphere. So that is open and closed gas turbine power plants. Now coming to the difference, open cycle gas turbine, in right side we have closed cycle gas turbine. Advantages and disadvantages you can see. In open cycle gas turbine, no pre-cooler is required because burned gas from the gas turbine exhausted to the atmosphere directly. Burned gas is directly exhausted to the atmosphere, but so there is no cooler is required or heat exchanger is required. But here a separate pre-cooler arrangement is necessary. In the case of open cycle gas turbine, for the same power developed, the size and weight of the open cycle gas turbine unit are less, whereas the size and weight are more in case of closed cycle gas turbine. Initial cost and maintenance cost of the plant are less. But whereas for closed one, initial cost and maintenance cost is more. Combustion efficiency is more in case of open cycle, whereas combustion efficiency is less in case of closed cycle. That I have already explained. Lack of oxygen, complete combustion will not take place. That means efficiency will be less. Coolant is not required, therefore it is used for moving the vehicles such as aircraft, jet propulsion, etc. Here the coolant is required, so for these purposes and all it cannot be used. The response to load variation is greater than the closed cycle gas turbine. The response to load variation is less in case of closed cycle gas turbine. Now reverse, the disadvantages of the open cycle and advantages of the closed cycle gas turbine is part load efficiency rapidly decreases for the considerable percentage of power developed by the turbine, and it is used to drive the compressor. Efficiency is same throughout the cycle. See, in case of part load operation, the efficiency will be less for the open cycle, whereas in the closed cycle, efficiency, whether it is part load or full load, whatever may be the condition, the efficiency remains constant. Then turbine blades are fouled by combustion products, whereas in the case of closed cycle, there is no such issues. Starting of the plant is difficult in case of open cycle, whereas in the case of closed cycle, starting of the plant is easy. As direct heating is used in open cycle plant, high quality fuels are required, whereas low quality fuels can be used in the case of closed cycle gas turbine. Thermal stresses are high in case of open cycle, whereas thermal stress is low in case of closed cycle. The frequent internal cleaning of the system is necessary, it does not need internal cleaning. These are the differences or advantages and disadvantages comparing open and closed cycle gas turbine. Okay, anyway, I will be providing you the slides so you can note down all these points. Now coming to the advantages of the gas turbine power plant, the mechanical efficiency of the gas turbine is quite higher than the internal combustion or diesel engine power plant. Since the internal combustion engine has many sliding parts. See, the mechanical efficiency is actually the ratio between the power produced by the not the final power, in between power. That means the prime movers after moving will be producing some power, shaft power we can say, shaft power from the prime mover divided by the input power. So since the internal combustion engine or diesel engine is having lot of moving parts like piston and all, the mechanical efficiency of the internal combustion engine will be less compared to the gas turbine power plant. There is no moving parts. So coming to the next advantage, the work developed by the gas turbine per kilogram of air is more than an IC engine. The work developed is more. Gas turbine power plants are compact in design and can generate high power. They require less space than the steam turbines or IC engine. Compared to diesel power plant, this requires less space and all, and it is compact in size also. Compared to the steam plants, they have lower initial cost per unit output. Per unit output, if you compare the unit cost, it will be lesser for gas turbine power plant. Gas turbine power plant have bigger power weight ratio, so it is very useful for the marine power plants. Okay, see the weight to power ratio, power to weight ratio means how much power it is producing as output divided by total weight. That is since gas turbine power plant is always compact, power to weight ratio will be always lesser for always higher for this one. Gas turbine power plant have bigger power weight ratio. The machine is simple to operate and is smooth in running. It requires little or no water for cooling. They are relatively low maintenance cost. The requires no water means it is for the open cycle. Usually most of the gas turbine power plants are open type only. Coming to the disadvantages of gas turbine power plant, the thermal efficiency of the simple turbine cycle is low. Actually, if you compare the thermal efficiency, the gas turbine power plant is having low thermal efficiency. Mechanical efficiency, it is having very high mechanical efficiency. 95% mechanical efficiency is there since it is having no moving parts. But comparing the thermal efficiency is actually the power output or final power produced, work output we can say. The final power produced here, the power input to the alternator we can say, that is the final output power from the turbine set. So that power, work output of the turbine divided by initial heat input, that ratio is very low for the gas turbine power plant compared to the internal combustion engine. Usually the diesel engine will have efficiency to 25 to 30%, but the thermal efficiency of the gas turbine power plant is very low, 15 to 20%. Next is its overall efficiency is very low since a large proportion of the power developed, about the 3/4 is required to drive the compressor and also by the temperature safely attainable. Okay, see a very large amount of the power produced as work output from the gas turbine is actually utilized for running the compressor. Here they are saying about 3/4, 3/4 is utilized for running the compressor, so only 1/4 is available for the useful power production. That is the reason why thermal efficiency is very less in case of gas turbine. Only 1/4 power produced is getting as the final work output. So that final work output divided by heat input is the thermal efficiency. So that value will be very less. In case of IC engine, there is no such requirement. So whatever power output from the IC engine is directly used for the power production or for producing energy. For producing electricity. Okay. The noise of operation is a source of extreme annoyance unless the plant design includes sound control features. So that is main disadvantage. Very much noise is produced, but that can be controlled, of course, with introducing some silencers and all. So it should be incorporated with the design, but of course it will be costlier also. So that is all about gas turbine power plant. In the next presentation, we will discuss nuclear power plant. That will be the last topic of this module. Okay, thank you.